Some fun news. Rekieta drinking himself to death in real time. Here we have Rekieta of 3 years ago, looking healthy, spry, young, ready to produce more children. And then we have Crypt Keeper Rekieta, who is about to fucking die. How did we get this way? But first, let's take some information from some words of wisdom from the man himself.
It's a silly thing. There's an intersectionality here of lubrication and socialism that's going on, because I picked out 9 dresses at the store for Lady Rackets, and they're like, well, it's got these discounts. I'm like, I don't want, just take the money off. Don't give me a gift card or think spend 50, gain 25. Just take the money off. They won't do it. See, it's a little fucking shitty gift card in a bag. And you're like, why are you doing this? You'll at least throw in perfume. They don't. No, but I went dress shopping with Lady Ragged today. Spent a ton of money buying a bunch of dresses. She's amazing. She fits the dresses like it's passe. That girl. I wish, I fucking wish I expressed to you what goes on when she tries on dresses. She's so little. She's so fucking tiny. It's hard to find dresses generally. Because that was the thing. We were going out to this event. She's like, I need a short dress. And I need a long dress for the beginning of the event. And none of her long dresses fit her. All of them look retarded. They look like Down syndrome babies that had eaten lead. Like, God damn, that's worse because they're going to die slower. No, it was bad. So today, after the event, of course, we go to the store. I buy her a shitload of dresses. All of them are fucking slayers. Every single one. I'm dying. For an hour and 15 minutes, all I want to do is eat a goddamn bullet. If you haven't married someone like that, what are you doing with your life? There's no alcohol left in this glass. T. Hissel says, Nick is lucky to have and keep his lady, but he knows that all good things can come to a crashing halt. I'm lucky. Dude, I'm not lucky. Stop this shit. Guys who are married this long are not lucky. We're not lucky. You're lucky. You're lucky if a girl comes up to you and is like, here's a prenup. I'll never take any of your stuff. All I want to do is give you, there's 365 days in a year. I want to give you 830 blowjobs and never take anything ever. Just I want to be next to you, but also with your cognitive. That's the lucky guy, the real humans who have to do this shit. They go, okay, we're going to get married. Here's what I have. Here's what you have. Do we want to do a prenup? For most people, it's no. You don't have anything. All these guys, this is my favorite part of the fucking red pill internet. Most people on the red pill internet have literally nothing to take. Guys, if you married a woman, she'd probably take you to the cleaners. But let's ignore that. Let's ignore that for a minute. The guys who do have something to take, just sear the ore into her butthole. Why is this a problem? Do this. Get your fucking yacht towed out of the water. Go to the gas station, jerk off twice. I don't know. In the family bathroom. And then buy some goddamn Dr. Pepper and a giant cinnamon roll. You don't have to plan for this shit. You don't have to do anything. It's all over. Guys, if you have not realized this, there's a huge contingent of people with a different lifestyle expectancy with you than you. They go to church every day, and that church is 35 hours away, 35 minutes away. They do this 35-minute drive out. They do a 8 to 12-hour beat. They do a 35-minute job back, and you can't do anything about it. You can't prosecute them. You can't help them at all. Eventually, they come on your day and throw their desk on your chair, and you have to fire them. Cool. Nice guy. But you have to realize
So that's a real lesson that everyone should take close to heart. Guys, you got to get a prenup. And when you think about oring her butthole, go to the family bathroom and jerk off twice. Because if you're not careful, she'll take you to the cleaners while your friend in LA is getting 834 blowjobs on a yacht. If we don't, I mean, it's easy to disparage Nick and say that he's a washed up alcoholic who's slowly dying. But when the man spits pearls and has game, you got to recognize game. All right. You can't just you can't just dismiss everything that he has to say because he's so drunk. He's been tax-filled. Look, there is no translation to this. He's just completely drunk. It's really remarkable. He's very proud of this, by the way, because I think it's allowed him to get away with DUIs. But he loves to brag about how he does not slur when he's drunk. So that's like a skill that he has, and he likes to show it off. He talks at some point, I think it's the next clip, where he talks about, no, it's not. I will take a break. I want to, actually, you know what? I'll say that. Here's a clip of him talking with Ethan Van Shiver, who I don't know anything about, but he's apparently one of the last friends that Rekieta has still. But that may not end. That may not last long if he continues to talk about American Beauty.
Well, you know, the people who dislike you the most will often cut you to the quick by seeing you more clearly than your friends will. And just
because
saying,
your friends won't apologize for everything that builds into why you were bad on a particular place. They're like, well, he's good everywhere else. You're like, well, but that doesn't matter.
Right.
Like in American Beauty, if Kevin Spacey lives, like it's the worst movie ever. How can you have that happen?
Yeah.
Or if in American Beauty, the fucking guy who's filming the bag, he kills Kevin Spacey because he wants to fuck his daughter. That's literally the worst movie ever. But the self-ashamed neighbor who is gay tries to go kiss Kevin Spacey, finds out he's not gay, and that he hates himself. And then so he goes and kills Kevin Spacey because he can't put a bullet in his mouth. That's a good movie.
Yeah.
But if you had Kevin Spacey's gay neighbor kill Kevin Spacey because he wasn't gay enough, that's a bad movie. Or if Kevin Spacey killed himself, or his wife killed him because she wanted to fuck the real estate king, or his daughter killed him because she wouldn't go with because he wouldn't approve going with the guy, or the other girl whose virginity he took because he thought she was a whore, or the guy who definitely wasn't ordinary because he jacked off to videos of bags. If any of those people would have killed Kevin Spacey, it's the worst movie ever. But this one guy kills Kevin Spacey because he realizes in a moment that he's actually a faggot. And then he wants to go and butt fuck Kevin Spacey because he thinks he's gay too. Kevin Spacey's like, no, man, I'm just a guy. I just love you because you exist. He's like, but I want to have sex with you because I'm a repressed Nazi gay. And Kevin Spacey's like, I'm not gay though.
Can you play the video and shut up about American Beauty? Who gives a fuck about American Beauty?
Beauty is one of the greatest movies ever made, Ethan.
It's all right.
I hate you.
Okay, so I have looked up a synopsis for American Beauty. I refuse to watch it. The gist is this. Kevin Spacey, who is now a convicted sex offender, in this movie has a perfect life. He has a wife, he has kids, he has a job, he has everything going for him. And then at some point he becomes sexually obsessed with his teenage daughter's friend, who is a high school girl. I think she's like 16 or 17. He projects onto her this idea that she is a slut. She develops a reputation of being very easy. And as a result, Kevin Spacey's character has zero respect for her and decides that if he's going to fuck around and ruin his life, he's going to smash some young box. And because it's slutty box, it doesn't matter. She's a whore and therefore has no value. And he's allowed to have sex with her even though she's 17. He successfully manages to manipulate her into bed. And then while they are in bed, she is very nervous and tells him that she is a virgin and doesn't know what to do. And for some reason, this ruins it for him. Kevin Spacey's character is unable to have sex with her and actually take her virginity because in his head, it was only okay because she was already a whore slut and had no value as a person because of it. When he finds out that she's actually a virgin and the reputation is entirely false, and him ogling her and well, as a cheerleader, and him staring at her through the blinds and shit, all of that is in his head, and he's projecting his fetish onto her. So it's a weird movie about like I don't even know. I don't know how to summarize it. I've not watched it, but from what I've read, it's supposed to like challenge like preconceptions about like families and shit. And it's just an extremely degenerate movie about Kevin Spacey being a complete fuck up, trying to have sex with a teenager that he has imagined to be a prostitute, that ready to be taken advantage of when she's done nothing. She's literally innocent, and she hasn't done anything to deserve being coveted like that. And then he doesn't kill himself. Here the movie ends. He kind of describes it, but at some point he has like a relationship with a man, and the man wants to have sex with him, but he's not actually gay, so he comes out to him or something, and then the shame of coming out gets him to go and kill Kevin Spacey. But I think he was already planning to kill himself. Like he was about to kill himself and was about to admit to everything that he had done to his wife, and then this other guy kills him for him. So but this is his I talk about Fight Club as being very transformative, as presenting ideas, you know, that are inspiring. And he talks about Kevin Spacey fucking up his whole life and being shot by a closeted gay man after failing to deflower a 17-year-old that he's been oogling for months, as being like his favorite movie of all time. And it's just like the most disgusting, pathetic thing imaginable. Like, Kevin Spacey is a bad person, and if you think that he's just misunderstood, then you're also probably a really bad person and an idiot. And he constantly talks about this fucking movie, and it's the saddest shit ever. Anyways, I'm really sorry. I've been trying to figure out who made this clip because it's really, really good. And I failed to take note of who actually made it. So shout out to whoever made this video because it's really funny. I made a joke on my last stream about him licking the bottle, and somebody made this excellent video that really perfectly encapsulates exactly how I feel. And I don't know how to say thank you because I didn't record who it was that made it, but I'll play this. There's something so weird, like the bottle licking thing is so viscerally disgusting that when I see it, I like flinch, I cringe every time. It's kind of like in Alien, where the alien opens its mouth and then the second little mouth comes out, and it's like scary. It has like a fight or flight reaction in me. I don't want to be licked. It's sort of like, oh, he's reaching out to lick me. And it scares me. It scares me, chat. That's exactly, literally perfectly encapsulates how I feel when I see the bottle licking. It does. It scares me, chat. It scares me. James Moon for 5 says, Nick couldn't eat the bullet because that would be too many calories that isn't alcohol. That's true. That's a lot of calories in lead. Pancake Luchador for 5 says, what the fuck is wrong with Nick? 200 blowjobs and a prenup. He wants a fucking $2 whore and takes everything for granted. He deserves everything that comes to him. A long marriage isn't lucky. Ass. Yes, correct. He's a retard. Thank you. Finno Hungarian Imperialist for 15 says, I noticed a neat thing in this one drunken kitchen video of Rekieta. You can see the marked line between the white skin of his nose and the red tip. It's like he's wearing one of those clown noses permanently. Well, that's just the blood vessels in his nose. Yeah, he does have like a really, like, the way that it lights up like Rudolph, it is pretty distinct. I don't know. He just looks like shit. He looks so shitty. Total Gun Victory for 1 says, the next day, Baldo Man announced he is going to not drink for all of January. No way does this have anything to do with the distraction or embarrassing himself. So there is a video, and I'm going to take a little detour, actually. We're going to swing back into the content zone real quick. I'm going to need an Alyssa clip, though, but I have that one standby. It's 10 minutes long.
Penis, dick, Dickerson says, we love drunk and sober Nick, but we hope Nick doesn't drink too much. Guys, this is this quintessentially internet. There's so many people who drink so
This is the part that I'll let this play actually, because it's in the first minute. What I want to point out
much more than I do every night. And they're fine. Like I'm not saying I'm fine because other people are fine. I'm saying I'm fine because my liver numbers are fine. My function is fine. Everything's great. If it ever changes, will I quit liquor? Yeah, in a heartbeat.
What is remarkable about that is that it makes it sound like something scared him recently. So he went to go get tests done, and they told him, yeah, you know, your levels are normal, but you know, you might have health complications in the future. So now that he takes that as like a card to drink as much as he wants, but he definitely got spooked into going to the doctor. It sounds like.
I don't fucking care. I don't have a physically addictive personality. Do I like liquor? Of course I do. Arclight Redux says Nick is in control of his drinking, guys. Literally, yeah. It's a weird thing to see and say. You cannot defend against an accusation of addiction. You can't. Everything you say sounds like well, I drank some water, so I'm okay, I'm fine. He's definitely not addicted to porn. Dude, why would you say that? I've been addicted to porn since I was probably 15. I'm working on not being addicted to porn, but it's an ongoing struggle. Why would you? I've never represented others. This is weird.
Okay, so he's rambling. It goes on for 10 minutes. The gist of what he says is that he cannot fight an accusation that he is an alcoholic because there is nothing that he can say in his defense that wouldn't sound like something an alcoholic would say. Like, I can stop at any time. I'm not that drunk. I only drink on stream. You know, that kind of shit that everyone's heard from, you know, addictive personalities who don't admit they have a problem. And he's right. It's very hard if people are concerned that you have an addiction issue to dissuade them otherwise. However, when I was listening to this, I remarked in private to the people that were also watching it that it's very conspicuous that he neglects to mention one thing that he could do that most people would find to be a fair way to prove that he is not addicted. And that would be simply stopping drinking for a length of time and allowing people to see that he can go without alcohol. And like for a month or something. That was just what I had in my head that I spitballed. And it's very conspicuous that in this 10-minute diatribe, he does not ever mention once quitting for a period of time to show that he can do it. As if he were to make this defense that there's nothing he can do, but just didn't mention the possibility of quitting for a full month or something, people wouldn't ask him to do it, and therefore he wouldn't be bothered to have to stop for a month. However, apparently other people had this exact same thought, and I have a feeling that his fans in private pressured him into doing this thing for a month. So now he's planning to quit for January, and I have a sneaking suspicion that it will not go well. But we'll see, chat. We've been through this before with Ralph. I didn't even mention that Ralph nodded off on his last stream. He said he was just tired though, so I don't know. Umpty my dude for one says, you know, a few streams ago I joked about how Ralph passed on a curse to Rekieta back on stream.me, but Christ, that drunken rambling sounded just like Ralph. Tonka is greater than Ralph, is greater than Rekieta. Who's next? Oh, that's like a progression. If we're lucky, someone I don't like Dick drinking himself to death would be pretty funny at this point. Or Vito. Oh man, if Vito asphyxiated on his own vomit, that would be awesome. You know me for 10 says American Beauty sounds like some of the most subversive small hat shit I've ever heard of. I'm sure that it's small hats all the way through. From let's just look real quick. American Beauty, 1999 film directed by Sam Mendes. British. He is a Roman Catholic of Portuguese descent, and his mother is an English Jew. So that's the director. Written by Alan Ball. American writer, director, producer. Born in Marietta, Georgia. Let's see, doesn't say. He's an LGBT Buddhist. That's his category. He's in the category LGBT Buddhist, gay dramatist and playwright, and gay American screenwriter. So a gay man pontificating about a straight man's relationship and having sex with 17-year-old girls. Interesting. Produced by Bruce Cohen, no check required, and Dan Jinks, who is a working partner of Bruce Cohen. Directed Gus Van Sant, starring Sean Penn and Harvey Milk. Harvey Milk, the gay activist pedophile? No, couldn't be. He worked directly with the Harvey Milk? Interesting. Let's see. Doesn't say anything about his status, but he is an LGBT film producer, according to his categories. So that's the two producers, starring Kevin Spacey, who I'm pretty sure... I will check, though. His brother has stated that their father, who he described as a racist Nazi supporter, was sexually and physically abusive. Okay. So he had a pedophile neo-Nazi father, and now he is gay himself. I don't think he's Jewish, though. No, he's just gay. It's cinematography. I don't think cinematography. Oh, it's Alan Ball's brother is the cinematographer. I don't know if he's a gay Buddhist, though. Deaths from bladder cancer. Okay. There you go. The entire thing is Jewish and gay. Surprise. Stranger5 says, remember to vote Bossman Jack as locale of the year. Also, AI has been used to predict Baldo's appearance in 2024. Okay, so this is an AI-generated Baldo of the future. Let's see it. This appears to be a picture of Daniel Larson. Great job, AI. Really wonderful. Thank you.